Hello everybody and welcome back to our Origin Summer Preview 2017. I'm Z Garcia. I'm here with Filip from Osprey Games. How you doing, Filip?
I'm doing well. I'm doing really good.
Good to have you. You're going to be telling us a little bit about Star Cartel and then another game we'll get to in just a second. But for right now, let's dive right into this. Looks great. What's going on in it?
All right, so in Star Cartel, it's a game for 3-6 players where you are smugglers in space. Basically, getting your hands full of various goods like guns, illegal fauna, food items, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And you're trying to smuggle it for the Star Cartel, but also putting some aside for yourself. And what happens at every single turn is there's this hub here, and we're going to take from the bottom row. You can take 1 or 2 cards.
Okay.
So you take 1, and then I could take that one now. And then you just refill it.
And they fall to the bottom there.
Fall to the bottom.
Okay.
And the only important thing is really which type they are, the color, and then how much space they're taking. Because my ship has a limited amount of space.
Got it.
And when I filled up my ship, so it's entirely full, or there's nothing at the bottom I can load, I'm going to ship it. Now when I ship a good in this game, the good I have the most size of here would be the red meds. I would move the matching token up 2 spaces.
Okay.
So these aren't the right color tokens because it's a prototype, but say 1, 2. And then whichever is the lowest, you'd move down 1.
Okay.
And they would get discarded. So the ones I'm changing the prices of, I don't get to touch. Then this third type I get to stash away for myself, and that's the one I'm going to score at the end of the game.
Got it.
And then as an added bonus, I get a new ship, which is bigger, and as the game goes on, you're also going to be getting special abilities with these.
Interesting. So every time you ship and keep some, you get a brand new ship.
You get a brand new ship, which as you get towards the end, they're worth bigger points. So there's a balance in the game of if you ship often, you get bigger ships, you get abilities, you get more valuable ships. If you take a little bit longer, you can manipulate more how you're affecting the prices and which goods you have, because if I'm shipping and I have the same amount of 2 goods, say that those are my lowest, I can choose which one I want to move down.
Okay.
So you get, the more careful and slow you are, the more control you have over the market.
Do you keep everything else then?
So you only ever keep your 3rd color.
Okay.
Right.
Got it.
And it's about balancing that. And the other thing is that adds attention is that because you're constantly affecting the price of goods, that you can never affect the price of a good that you take in the same turn.
Right.
So it means you want to be pushing goods after you've earned them before you've earned them. But if you ever push anything above 9, it crashes all the way back down to 1. So you're slowly edging it close to here. Don't want to get too close where 1 or 2 players could just suddenly make it crash.
Sure, right. So if someone knows you're keeping green, they could make it crash.
Exactly that. Or they might just try and push it down the slow way.
Right.
And it's a game where you both want to have a long-term plan and work towards it, but then also need to be very flexible. If it looks like green's, gonna just flush out and bottom out, then you're gonna want to jump ship and just start stacking other goods as well.
Right. So how's the scoring play out at the end then? Is it this times these? How's that work?
So every card, regardless of the value, is just going to be worth whatever its piece is on.
Okay.
So the value is only matter for the shipping.
Yeah,
exactly that.
And you just add up what you kept, highest score is the win.
And add the value of your ship.
Okay, got it. Excellent, very cool. Sounds like a fairly short game then?
Yeah, half an hour is the sort of average game, like maybe a bit longer at 6 players.
Up to 6 players, nice and tactical, very cool. When is this going to be coming out? Obviously, as Filip said, this is a prototype we're looking at here. Artwork is final.
Yeah, everything about it is fine except the printing.
Except the printing itself, right. So when is it going to be available?
So it's looking to be a Spiel release.
Okay, so that is October, November, right?
October, yeah.
October, okay. Excellent, very nice. Up to 6 players.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's take a look at the one we've got hanging out on the side. You've got a really big board there. I'm gonna stack some of these things up and just push them aside for now. Yeah. We'll come back to the contraband later on.
All right. So this is, I don't know, where's a good place to put it?
Yeah, I'll hang on to that and I'll show that right there. Zoo Ball.
All right. So Zoo Ball is a dexterity game for 2 or 4 players.
Okay, cool.
You have teams of animals. And each team has 3 blockers and 1 scorer.
Okay, got it.
And if you're playing, say, a head-to-head, the aim is to get 3 points first. In a 4-player free-for-all, it's first to 1 point.
Okay.
And very, very simply, on your turn, these will just be around the board somewhere. You either get to flick just your scorer or all 3 of your blockers.
Okay, got it.
The trick is you only score if your score gets into the goal. The blockers can't score, but you can use them to get yourself towards goal or to block the other player.
Oh, so you can use it on your own piece.
Yeah,
interesting.
You can use them on your own piece and enemy pieces. If you go off the side, if this is a 2-player game here, if you go off the side, then you just push yourself back on the sideline. But if you go off the opponent's side, you go all the way back to your own side.
Where you left off on this side.
Where you left off, so that's sort of match peg roughly.
Sure, yeah. No, it's easy to see.
Yeah. And then the 4-player game, same idea. It's first to 1 goal, but the trick is that everyone now needs to defend everyone's goal.
Sure.
Because even if I'm red scoring on the blue goal on the other side, if white is close scoring on black, then I'm going to want to defend that, because if they score, they still win. So it becomes a lot more chaotic, but also one where you have to do a lot more defending.
Yeah, this actually, I have to say, it slides extremely well on this. This is what the board will look like?
Yeah.
The mat, I should say.
So this one of our advances has been folded slightly differently, but yeah. But this is how it will look like, this is how it will feel like. If you add a little bit of fold, you can backfold a bit and it lies really flat.
Right.
And yeah, it just slides really quickly. You don't need to like put a lot of power into it at all.
Yeah, you really don't. It's surprising how smoothly that moves on that surface. Yeah. It's a little bit of a felt, but it's not fuzzy necessarily.
No.
It's a very nice finish to it.
And yeah, so all these are different animals, and it actually, there's enough discs for 4 teams, but there's enough stickers for 6 teams, so you can mix and match the different teams as you want them.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so there we have it. Zoo Ball, when is that going to be available?
That should be out of Gen Con, so in August.
Okay, Gen Con in August. Do you know the prices for these?
So both of those should be going at $30.
$30. Okay, Zoo Ball for 30, Star Cartel for 30. Very cool. This is neat looking stuff. Philip, good talking to you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming by and showing these off. Really neat.
How are you? Philip from Osprey Games. Here, you can hold on to this.
Thank you.
All right, we got a couple questions for you, my good friend. First of all, mini line for Dracula's America release.
Yes. So I'm not necessarily the right person to...
See, they got to ask all the hard questions.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
I deal with
they got to put you right
stuff.
on the spot. Don't make me shake it out of you. They want to know. Can't.
I just can't. That's not my business.
I tried.
I'm sorry.
The Citadel, can you steal goods from others?
Is this more War Games questions?
No, this is the Star
Cartel.
The Star Cartel,
okay,
excuse me.
That's what confused me.
Sorry.
No, so most of the interaction will be in those prices, trying to crash prices or lower prices, but also taking goods, because some important interaction is that you want to load up your ship, and if you manage to load up so it's exactly full, then you essentially get to go faster, you get to ship right away, otherwise you have to wait until the next turn.
Okay.
So one of the important things you might want to do is make it so the other player can't fill it up exactly, or has to take a certain good when they don't want to and want to ship.
Okay.
So there's some timing things, there's some abilities, and the big thing are those prices, and try and keep a track on what the other players are stocking up on and what they're boosting and all that.
Cool. Now, Zoo Ball.
Yeah.
What are the discs going to be made of?
So the discs are wooden.
Oh, they're wooden discs?
Yeah, they're wooden discs.
Okay. And is that like what type of material is the mat?
So it's, I can't remember what the actual term is. It's quite felt-like, but it's not very fuzzy at all.
Okay.
It's quite thin as well and light.
Okay. Are the players going to have stats?
In Zoo Ball,
what's the difference between all the teams?
Oh, there's no difference in the teams. It's a very, very
very light game.
Very light, and like the game is both a dexterity, but also is quite tactical because you have the choice every single turn. Do I go for my scorer, who's the only one I can score with, or do I go all 3 defenders and maybe help my position or fend off the attacker? If someone's at medium distance from my goal, my choice is either I fend them away, or I put my score somewhere where they can't ignore them.
Right.
And you always, especially in the 4-player game, when there's suddenly, well, you're really close to goal, but there's another player between you and him. So I'm going to let you deal with it, and I'm going to go ahead and try and advance my position.
Great. The last thing I got here for you, Frostgrave. What's the next things that you guys got coming out for that?
So the big thing with Frostgrave currently is Ghost Archipelago. And again, I'm not the right person to talk about it, but that's the one that we're internally really excited about, and hopefully everyone else is too.
Oh, they are. They are. They can't wait for it. All right, that's our man Philip from Osprey Games. Philip, thank you so much for coming by. We appreciate it. Hey, let's send it back to you guys.